In a recent and alarming development, the Biden-Harris administration has halted funding for the National Toxicology Program's critical cancer research due to budget constraints. This decision effectively ends one of the world's most significant investigations into the health risks associated with radiofrequency radiation from wireless technology. This decision is a grave mistake that puts Americans at serious risk, and recent studies underscore why we must demand the reinstatement of this vital research. Groundbreaking study validates NTP's findings. A groundbreaking study published in PLOS ONE titled Epidemiological Breast Cancer Prediction by Country. A novel machine learning approach has provided compelling evidence on various risk factors associated with breast cancer. This study used machine learning models to predict breast cancer incidence at a country level, revealing crucial insights. Significant correlations. The study found a very strong correlation between the incidence of breast cancer and factors like the average age of women in a country. Other factors such as tobacco consumption, milk consumption, and mobile cell usage also showed moderate to strong correlations with breast cancer incidence. Mobile cells and cancer risk. Notably, mobile cell usage ranked higher than other well-known risk factors like obesity and CO2 emissions, highlighting the potential dangers of radiofrequency radiation exposure. The study's findings align with previous NTP research, which showed clear evidence of carcinogenicity in animal models exposed to radiofrequency radiation. The impact of halting NTP research is profound. By ending this research, the Biden-Harris administration is ignoring significant risks posed by RFR. Here's why this decision is so dangerous. Widespread exposure. RFR is ubiquitous, with exposure from cell phones, Wi-Fi, and other wireless devices being nearly impossible to avoid. This widespread exposure makes understanding its health impacts critical. Outdated safety standards. Current safety standards for RFR exposure are based on outdated science. The NTP's research was crucial in pushing for updated regulations that reflect the latest scientific understanding. Delayed mitigation efforts. Stopping this research delays critical mitigation efforts needed to protect public health. Without ongoing research, we lack the necessary data to develop strategies to reduce exposure and mitigate the risks. Increased cancer risk. The NTP's studies indicated a significant increase in cancer risk from RFR exposure. Halting this research leaves the public vulnerable to these risks. The real-world implications of this decision are dire. In schools with cell towers on school grounds, children are exposed to radiofrequency radiation daily. This is especially concerning given that children are more susceptible to the effects of radiation. In communities, churches, and other community centers hosting cell towers are unknowingly putting their congregations at risk, relying on outdated safety standards that do not reflect the latest research findings. For families, everyday use of wireless devices means families are continuously exposed to potentially harmful radiation, increasing their long-term cancer risk. The gravity of this decision is underscored by the tragic fact that President Biden's own son, Beau Biden, died of glioblastoma. The National Toxicology Program's research suggested that such brain cancers could be linked to long-term exposure to cell phone radiation. This connection makes the termination of this research not only a public health oversight, but also a deeply personal and poignant issue for the president. We must demand that the Biden-Harris administration reconsider its decision and restore funding for the National Toxicology Program's cancer research. Public health should never be compromised due to budget constraints, especially when the stakes are so high. The decision to end the National Toxicology Program's cancer research is not just a setback for science, it's a potential public health disaster. With clear evidence showing the risks of radiofrequency radiation, the administration's move to halt this vital research puts Americans in grave danger by delaying essential mitigation efforts. We must prioritize the health and safety of our citizens by continuing to investigate and address the risks associated with wireless radiation. Our quality of life and the well-being of future generations depend on it. This decision can have far-reaching consequences, affecting every corner of our lives. We must act now to ensure that this crucial research continues, for the sake of our health and the health of future generations. This blog post integrates the significant findings from the PLOS ONE study to emphasize the need for continued research and updated safety standards. If you need further modifications or additional points, please let me know.